So we all know that Satan, the devil, is father of all lies. Let's really talk about one of the biggest lies that's being perpetuated throughout all society, Western society, American society, and that is that religion has caused so many wars, and that is false. Let me tell you what has caused the wars, and we'll talk from there. What's caused the wars is evil, and it's governments. The state. The state is the root of evil. The devil is influencing the governments, the state, which has the power to kill people, to go to war and kill others. The military is essentially just the world's biggest, most funded gangs. And that's just what it boils down to. Obviously, you do need a military to defend your nation, or some type of militia to defend your community. But to go to war with people that did not attack you, that's very close to what other gangs do. It's just gang war at that point. And that's what other state governments have been doing throughout the span of humanity. Now, where does the lie of religion being the cause of all these wars come from? Oh, it comes from the fact that so many of these countries had a state religion. The state religion endorsed the government doing these actions. So, who's at fault? The state and the religions that endorsed it. Does that mean that the religion is bad? Oh, possibly, but it also could just mean it got corrupted. Now, if it was a religion solely to be a puppet of the state, like unlike Christianity where it goes straight from the book, I have two of them back here behind me, just straight from the book. You're a sola scriptura, the Bible and the Bible only type of believer. Well, that's not a bad religion, in my view. I believe that's to be the truth, though, because if you are able to read, you can read for yourself that the Bible does not endorse going over and killing people in a lot of these ways. Sure, there's passages where that happen. We can talk about that in a different video. But right now, I'm just discussing all these wars that happened in the past. If you look at governments that did not really have a religion, that had so many doctrines, so many pages for people to go by, they still had the state religion. And that state religion was the monarchy or the dictator. Look at countries right now where they don't have a spelled out religion. Well, look at North Korea. Look at China. And their rulers, the leaders of the CCP, Kim Jong-un, they are basically the religious leader of that nation. It may not be spelled out like that, but it is. They're basically bowing before him, drinking the Kool-Aid that they're the best person on planet Earth and they can do no wrong. In ancient Egypt, the Pharaoh was the ruler of that religion. He essentially could do no wrong. Now let's also look at the Holy Roman Empire, with the Pope being the head of the Holy Roman Empire. And yes, this is post the Roman Empire. The Pope could do no wrong. And the Catholic Church backs that up by saying, oh, well, the Pope is an extension of Christ on earth. I could be a little loose with the definition here, but I'm pretty sure that that's a summary of what they believe. That he's pretty much the how do they say it, the vicar of Christ on earth. So a lot of the wars they went to, or the Pope had other nations in Europe go to, were caused by that. And yes, I am saying people were bowing before the Pope. The Pope was being deified, which no man should be deified. I don't believe in a vicar of Christ. I don't believe it's biblical. Can you point to a passage in the Bible where Christ said there was going to be a vicar of Christ staying here in his place? I don't think you can. That's impossible. That would be a biggest stretch humanly possible. So no. Closing, no. Religion is not the cause of all the wars. That's just false. Preachers that are saying this are repeating a lie that society has said so many times. And they're thinking that they can repeat this lie, that maybe, it's appealing to other non-believers. And they're saying, yes, religion does cause these wars, but I don't want to be like those religions. I think maybe maybe this church has a truth. But in reality, what that church is doing when a preacher is preaching these things, he's just selling himself out. He's selling himself out for the lie that religion is the issue. Because at the core of that is, if you attend church regularly, you are a religious person. And then it comes into a conflict of interest of, are you going to be religious? But then you also believe that religion causes wars. Religion is the root of all the wars. What is it? What's it going to be? And I don't think a lot of people can answer that. It's sad. It's really sad. That's why you can't fall for the traps of the devil. So, don't fall for the traps. The devil sets many traps. People are bound to get caught in them. Anything that's popular in society, question it many times, especially things that are being said over and over again. People say something, let's try to see it in writing. Question it. Religion has not caused the wars. Satan is trying to sell this lie as a reason for people to stay away from the churches. And it's actually working very successfully right now, I would say. Preachers that are saying this are doing themselves a harm.